Oh, hey, I think that means we're on when the music stops.
Yeah, it does. And we're waiting for everything else to sink in. And
To
for some
sync?
reason,
To
to
sync?
sync,
I'm
sync, as
getting
in
the TV.
synchronize together, and make everything sink in.
What are you getting,
For
Dixon?
some reason,
I'm getting a big delay right now. It's only Thursday.
yeah. But for some reason, Twitch is
Russ is still thinking about that one for some reason.
no. I'm not. I heard what he said, but I'm not an idiot. I
He didn't say you were.
Well, you presume that I was because I didn't say anything. So therefore,
No, it was a delay. It was a delay, Russ.
I am trying to get Twitch or not Twitch. Yeah.
Is he talking about what you said, Al, or what I said?
I'm not sure. I think there's a delay, so I'm not sure. It's still a delay.
I think he just needed to emphasize that he's not an idiot.
Yeah.
It's usually me and Donald that are instigators, but no.
Me?
It's not me.
No, Donna's not.
Well,
That's why I leave early, is so Al can't get me in trouble.
for some reason, we're not live on Twitch, but that's okay. It's no big deal. We're live.
I'll double
on
check Russ
YouTube.
real quick. Yeah. Let's see. Simply Matthias? Is that really? Sure.
I was just curious because actually,
yeah, you're not
Twitch,
live.
yeah, it's the one of the ones that is the most accurate, has ever been accurate.
On YouTube, that's working fine.
Yeah, so I was like, really?
Well, welcome everyone to YouTube.
yeah,
Since everyone's
we get it.
here, that's
We get it half right half of the time.
and the other time we can be closed, maybe.
So, but yeah. Anyway, I have never had Twitches like 99.9% of the time great. So for it not to work, it is not so important. But I do have somewhere between 5 to 10 people watch it. And so I'm like, okay, it's not working. So I guess those 5 to 10 people won't see it this week. Not that big of an audience, but in the same aspect.
Well, yeah, it's choice. It's
yeah,
choice.
that's a choice that you have to watch it out there. So, but anyway, welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. And we have one of our own, Dickson Hoffman, is on tonight. Yes. And he, before in the pre-show, was showing some of his stuff that he had for his trains. And I was like, damn, I don't have a room big enough to have all that. But I have thought this room is like, I believe about 12 or 14 by 24 or 26, somewhere in that area.
Ooh, that's perfect. That is perfect.
Well,
mine is 25 by 15.
Yeah, see? But I thought about running one. I can't get rid of all this stuff, but I thought about running a track around the ceiling and let it run around while I'm on the show, and I could show it and put some scenery up on the wall behind it and everything. Anyway, long story short, Dickson Hoffman is here tonight, and he is going to show us his train world. And started it before the show and showed us a lot of stuff. And let me tell you, you are in for a treat.
Yep.
Because from even the stuff he showed us, and he wasn't even a partial of the way through, it was awesome. So, Dickson,
Great.
Take it away.
Now everybody knows my name, so I'm just going to give you a little brief of what I've been doing. I retired 2 years ago as an electrician / electrical engineer, and I ended up doing more engineering than once I got out of trades than electrical work. And I put from 40 to 60 hours in, and I had a 3D print farm business, and I had a sign and decal business here. And once I retired 2 years ago, obviously I can't sit still because I shut them two businesses down. So I had to get into something. So I was in the RC planes forever. So I thought I gotta check into this HO scale railroad stuff. And that's what got me looking into this stuff. So I've been working on this layout. You could say 2 years, but it's mostly 2 winters. But because I live in Wisconsin, up here, we want to go outside in the summer and the fall. There's no way we want to be downstairs. We got to take advantage of the good weather. So then it's getting close to train season again, where when we get snow and blowing, we can start working on our layouts. The layout I have is HO scale, and that's 1/87th. That means for every inch in the real world is 87 inches. And HO scale is one of the most popular because you have access to all the rolling stock and locomotives. The rolling stock is boxcars and tankers and anything that hauls something, gondolas. And I'm freelancing my layout, but so it's not based on any town or city, but there are a lot of sections I have based on my experience on the farm when we were little kids. So I have a swamp and logging area, and I have an ice rink and things that we did on the farm. A lot of it we did on the farm with my brothers and sisters. I come from a big family. I have 10 brothers and 4 sisters. So we had a blast in the winter time when we were little kids, but it was a lot of hard work too, living on a farm. This layout is 25 by 15. And what I went with is a shelf layout because you can put it up pretty quick. So it's just 22.5 to 24 inches wide. And I have a double decker. Now the first layer isn't completed yet. And I already started a second layer. And I did the same thing down the middle of the room. I have all kinds of industries going down on the first layer. And the top layer is going to be all steel industry, steel mills, blast furnaces, arc furnaces, things like that.
Pretty cool.
So as I go through this, if anybody's got any questions, I can see my phone. That's the only place I can get chat right now. Just chime in.
I would ask that everybody here keep an eye out for any questions and just, say, hold up your hand and say, "Hey, Dickson."
Can you show us?
Yeah. I'm gonna get there. All the buildings, everything is controlled off. I have everything digital, and it's controlled off my iPhone. I can turn lights on.
Cool.
I have over 67 buildings, and they all light up, and street lights, and I also have sound effects on this layout, and everything is controlled by phone, including the main power. So that's safe. Once I leave the room, the main power for the whole layout is disconnected, and I do that for safety. And it all runs on a 12-volt system, the lighting, and then a lot of the houses run on 3 volts. So I use a buck boost transformer on the 12 volts, one of these little deals, and I step it down. I just put the 12 volts on one side, and and then I adjusted to 3 volts on the secondary for some of the buildings, because some of the buildings you don't want real bright white LEDs like these industries I have, because you want that home color, that yellow look. So you got to use a incandescent bulb, or they have LEDs that are yellow, or they look, real cozy lighting.
All right.
And,
First question is Jeff's Train World. Immediately, how do you work your engine?
Okay, that's the next step. Step 6.
Well, okay, so
for those people that don't know, my track runs on 12 to 14 volts AC, but the trains are all digital. Here's one of my locomotives right here. I'll get the camera up close when I start it. I run what's called a DCC system, digital command control. Now, what Jeff might know is one of the real popular track systems is called Digitrax, and you buy the controller. You might want to put me on full screen for this. You buy a controller, and it's like $540 for just one controller and a plug-in. So what I did was I 3D printed this little miniature tower computer right here.
Why don't you make him full screen, Russ?
I am trying the best I can. Just give me a moment.
Thank you, sir.
They have changed the layout for making full screen on the program, so I'm looking for the button to make him full screen.
Oh no, I hit a button on the dumb TV.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? That
I can't do nothing. Let me hit escape.
every week it seems like StreamYard is changing something, and
oh my goodness, I gotta get this out. I can't see nothing. I accidentally bumped a button on the TV, and I got to get out of settings. Oh, there we go. Thank God. Don't bump the TV. So anyway, what I was saying for Jeff's trains, so I 3D printed this little mini tower, and I put an Arduino in there, and I have JMRI running it. So instead of paying the $540, this controls everything. This only costed $40. The board and the labor I did.
And you can access it via the network, right?
And it's on the network, and that's why I can control everything from my phone, because I got it networked into my phone with software, and then I have it linked on my laptop, which makes a server. So I have to close this out on my phone so I won't be able to see any questions. And I'm gonna go to this software right here, that blue Nami software. I'm gonna hit it, and I'm gonna turn this locomotive on, and I'll get the camera up by this locomotive. You can hear it start up.
Yeah, I hear it.
All my locomotives, I program. This is a Norfolk Southern 580 locomotive. So I program them to sound exactly like the real one. So you'll see when I hit the light, I have to back it up a little. You can't see it. The light actually goes on when I hit light, and then I'll hit a button on my phone saying the whistle. I gotta select it on my phone first.
Woo!
So all the sounds are authentic, the brakes and everything. Then I can give it throttle, and the turbine sounds just like a real train.
Hello, Jerry.
It's actually the real sounds, and I do that with all my locomotives. I program them so they have the real sounds of the actual full-size locomotive.
Yeah. Jerry from E28 is asking, Dickson, why have I never seen this before? And Jeff's asking if you have cameras on the engines.
No, I don't yet, because I have so much other things going on right now. I have, like I said, all the buildings have lights. All the sections have sounds. I have programmed sounds. Some I got to finish yet. like the ice rink in my winter scenic area. I don't have. I'm programming the sound for the ice rink, and all the kids are skating on the ice rink and Christmas time, and I have to program that yet and get it running. Let me turn this off so it's not so loud.
Yeah, and Donald's asking, where's Thomas? I don't know why he would ask.
I stay away from the sort of toyish stuff.
You sitting there playing with a toy, you stay away with it.
Yeah. So that's the answer of how I run mine. Everything's digital, and the track runs on 12 volts AC. But when you're sending signals through the Wi-Fi, it goes through the track to the encoder on the locomotive, and that's all digital. That's how it knows which way to go, and I can control with all the sounds with the phone. That's digital, ones and zeros through the track up to the decoder, but the track is running AC voltage all the time. Now, the next step here. Everything is controlled, safe, yeah. HO scale, I explained that already. Digitrax, that I explained. Oh, a lot of guys, the reason why I got into this hobby is because I can't sit still, and I shut down them other two businesses, and I'm only working 10 hours a week part-time at work. And so I need something to keep me busy, especially when it's snowing and blowing outside. So a lot of guys get into HO train building. Two reasons. One is they like to do operations. They go pick up loads, unload them. I do a lot of that. But the main reason I did it is like all you guys, I like to create stuff. So I build buildings. I make my own rolling stock. I make my own trees and bushes. I'll get these trees here. All of these trees are actually real plants outside. I'm going to get a couple trees and show you the trees I made. All my trees on my layouts, I'd say 90% of them are made. These are trees that I just made these are all real plants outside.
Neat.
And you can't get any better than real nature as far as looks. Here's some more. These are all my trees. These are bushes from certain bushes. And I have these all over my layout.
That's awesome.
But aren't they going to fade and die?
No, these are, you get them in the fall, and then these were sprayed with hairspray, and then I put flocking on them, like the grass when I do landscaping. These were painted with a spray can, and they're not. They'll be fine. These are already 2 years old. Yeah, I'm gonna use them somewhere on the layout. I have these all over.
Yeah, it's not hard. You can actually get something and spray it with lacquer when it's in its, and it will just like seal it up, and you can use it.
Yep. Yes, you can. Now I'd like to go because I do have. I'll turn the lights on later on so you can see all the lights and the buildings light up. And I'm gonna scoot over. We're gonna be shaking a little bit. I'm gonna scoot over by one section that I built early on, one of my favorite spots, because we had a pond down in the farm, and so that's what inspired me to do this section first. So I did.
So this is all in your basement?
Yes, this is all in a 25 by 15-foot room. One room in the back.
Oh yeah. So you have a big ass basement.
Well, just this room, and then the other side, it's not real big. It's not like the guys
Well,
that
I mean,
$500,000 homes. This
from
is just
everything I'm looking at, it's a big ass basement.
Well,
Yeah, I
considering we
guess
don't have
you could do
the
that.
basements down here, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
we
bummer.
can't have them because
Right,
you know
yeah.
what? When you build a basement, water will come.
Yep.
not
That's
always.
the problem in Florida. Here is one of my first little projects, a sawmill, steam engine sawmill. And I built this. I sell these kits on eBay. And all the little parts are FDM printed. The sawmill.
That is
The reason
so
there's a hole in the roof because you're standing up and people want to see what's inside. So That's one of the things you do. Sometimes you put a hole in the roof so you can look inside, see the machinery. That's why that has a hole.
Just tell them you're cutting the boards to fix it.
Right. Contractors didn't fix it.
Yeah.
Here's my logging area, and it's tough to see because you can see the guys back there cutting wood and all that. And then this swamp, I wonder if this would show up better if I turn my lights on and turn the other lights off. Let's take a look and see what it does.
Good whirl.
My phone, turn the lights on. So I'm going to turn the lights on remotely with my phone.
You got too much stuff to be.
So this is the parameter lights. Right here, I got the parameter lights. I'll turn them on. Maybe now it's a little brighter, the swamp, because the lights, the building lights are off, and I got the parameter lights on. Now I'll turn on my building lights.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Why it's coming to mind?
All the building lights. That's pretty bright. All my storefront, all these buildings have lights now. The street lights.
That's pretty cool.
Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks.
Yeah, I want to get it. Here's the thing. I want to get into that damn train and go around.
Yeah. Dickson's basement.
Here's the swamp area in the woods, and they're cutting logs. And if you listen real close, you can hear the crickets and the frogs, just like I had on the farm. I moved this little stump. See this stump? So I have sound control on each little area. Obviously, that's not all finished, but you can hear the crickets. And what I do is, it's this little stump right here is all I got to do is back it up, and it goes away. I got a little switch under there. That's how I run the sound for the swamp.
That's cool.
And that bridge right there, I built that bridge. That's all 3D printed because you could not buy, when I did this, I checked into it, you could not buy a curved bridge. See how I got that all curved?
Yeah.
And the trusses are 3D printed. Everything is 3D printed.
So you 3D printed the bed for the track on that bridge too, where the curves
No,
at?
no, I did not. Not that. Nope, that. It's got a track. Yeah, the base is, but it's got a track that I took, that I put on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see them little parts? I didn't make them. See that? It's actually got inserts to help hold it on because it's a bridge. That part I didn't make.
Oh.
The track, the steel track, I'm not into that. Now we're going to move over by my wife had to have her Hallmark area.
Yep.
So here's all my lights in my neat little garage. I got to kick out this garage here.
Whoa.
Here's my Model T up on the jack stands, and the Model A. I 3D print them. And this is I'm too cheap to buy what you're supposed to buy, so my snow is powdered sugar. I just hope I don't get no ants down here.
I was going to say.
You spray with
Yeah.
Don't
clear?
they have ants up there?
There's so many details you can't pick up here. The kids are playing in the snow with the snowman and sliding down the hill. This is like what we had on the farm. And this ice rink yet, I still don't have. I got a soundboard I'm in the process of programming so you can hear all the children giggling, laughing, and Christmas songs. I still, everybody knows what kind of trees these are.
Oh,
Fake?
yeah.
Oh, pine cones.
cone.
Yep, pine cones. Yep. Pine cones painted green. It's hard to see to get
Cool.
there.
Good idea.
It's like a
And
black.
they damn
I got a
sure
bunch of
don't
pine
live
cones.
up where you're at.
And these trees over here, all this layout by my storefronts, all these pine trees. These are pine trees I made out of. See, this one is holding up the corner of the second layer. That's why it's a dowel that goes way up. This is made out of insulation for your filters for your furnace. That's what I make these pine trees out of.
That's cool.
And now I'm going to scooch over by, like I said, let me know if anybody's got questions how to make stuff. Oh, here's a neat setup. This back here, I don't know if we can get a good view of this. This thing I just built. You can't. It's really hard to get these in HO. So I catted this up. This is a plow. There's the blades. So I catted it up and 3D printed one. I didn't get a chance to make kits yet and get them on eBay. That was a fun project. This is all FDM except for them blades right there. That's resin printed.
Does it blow the snow away, or does it push the train forward?
You get your these. You get your you put your locomotive butts right up against it and pushes it. That's how these run.
Oh,
And
with
this
the air.
is actually, the real ones, they actually got a big blower motor,
Yeah.
and the locomotives push these, and they blow the snow. And the real ones, if you ever watch them, they can pound out the snow.
I've seen those before. They're pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So I
Hey,
picked
Dickson,
that up and scratch built it, and then I was going to make kits, but I didn't get time yet. I got enough buildings on eBay.
hey Dixon, Jim,
Yeah.
JKE says, do you let the grandkids play with it?
Well, they used to play with a lot of this stuff, and I didn't have a lot of it. And they do, but now they're older. My granddaughter is 8. My grandson, one of them is 12, and my granddaughter she really loves it. She can run all of this electronics. She knows how to run it. She's 8 years old, and she runs this stuff. But now I have rules about her grabbing stuff and tearing it up. I says, you got to be nice, or you're going to get kicked out of the training room.
Right.
She took her finger and she flicked one of the guys in the head and busted it. And I said, "Okay, you're out." So
Yeah, that's it. That's it for you.
Is she the one that killed the cow?
yeah, so she got.
Well,
kicked
here's
out.
the thing. Once they become a certain age and you explain it to them,
Yes.
they understand a little bit more and will be fascinated by the control.
Yes. She knows how to turn this stuff all on. She gets on my phone and she runs. And I say, okay, you're going across the bridge. I'll throw turnouts for her depending where she's going, and she knows enough to slow down by the bridges. And she's once in a while she'll sneak something in there, like I was telling you guys offline. She
You didn't
stuck
tell
a
me.
cow in one of my box cars and stuck his head out the door. So I'm running my trains and it's stuck. And all of a sudden I look and there's a cow sticking his head out. And she'll play games like that once in a while.
Yeah.
Could everybody make sure they watch the questions or the chat, so to speak, to make sure if there are questions if we need to ask?
And please thumbs up, and don't forget it.
This section here is it's hard to reach. So what I thought was, well, it's going to be tough to plant all these trees along there. That was going to be my woods because it's tough. So I watched the video and I painted that wall. I painted them pine trees and all that, so I didn't have to plant so many trees. And then I just planted trees in front of it. So that's the first time I ever tried painting, and I thought, boy, it turned out. It's tough to see, but they turned out pretty good.
It looks great.
Yeah. We see you, Russ. Hey,
Well,
Dick.
I think Dickson.
Yeah, I think he fell out because they went like and it demodulated. I don't know what to call it. Can you hear me, Russ, or no?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm trying to back out of all this.
I don't hear Dixon, so he must have dropped out.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And I just heard
Maybe I
Chris.
can in a little bit.
So
I'm here.
sick and tired of.
I mean, I heard Jim and Chris, so when it dropped him out, I guess it made you the solo.
Is Paul and Donna out there still? I guess not.
I don't hear them now. I would think Paul's already failed
Yeah.
to Ryan.
See,
Yeah,
the
but I-
thing about it is, they have almost every time I come into this program, and it actually irritates me. They make changes, but they put nothing out there to tell you how to do this. Right now, all I have is rust clarity, remove from stage, mute. I mean, that's all the options I have.
You don't have me at the bottom or
No, Dixon's back.
backstage? Yeah, he is backstage.
See, that just makes it bigger.
And it didn't change you, by the way.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, you're still the same size. And there is another question for Dixon. I know Dixon can hear me. Basically, how much do you use your 3D printer to make items for your trains, buildings, landscape? And I can say a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
I can
okay,
hear
I'm just
you
not
now,
on-
and
yeah,
I'm
there I am.
gonna
I'm back
try
on.
to
I'm
get
back
you back.
Yeah, and I see your video too.
Yes, I sold my 3D print farm. I had like 25, and I kept 4 of them with
All right,
big beds.
we Dixon,
Okay, I'm
we
back.
are back on
Okay.
to your camera, and
You
we're
are solo.
seeing some snow and some light. Yeah, that's where we're at. We
Okay.
see what you're seeing right now, so that's
Yep.
the position.
Okay, where I left off, there's the wall I painted, and with the trees, and that took care of this whole back section.
Dixon, can I make a comment?
Sure.
Your clouds. When I first saw your clouds, I thought it was a Cylon invasion from Battlestar Galactica. I thought they were all little ships when I first saw them.
Al, I
Yeah.
thought the same thing.
Yeah, see, I did. Yeah, I'll look at them right here now. See, I didn't want the fluffy clouds. I wanted, you know, when you watch the old westerns and they're down south, like Arizona.
Yeah.
Them are
Yeah.
the clouds. Them are the
Yeah.
clouds I painted. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave them yet, but
Well,
that's the look I was looking for.
it looks fine. It's just that's
It
the
looks-
first thing I thought of.
Yeah, it's a
Dixon, I
different.
wanna
It's a
tell
different.
ya,
It's a
if
different.
anybody told me that didn't look right, I'd tell them to KMA.
No. It's just the perception. It's like we all see the face on Mars, and then here comes NASA, and there's nothing there. Nothing to see here.
We just watched too much sci-fi.
Actually, you're right. And as the farther you stand away, the better they look. That's the
Yeah.
that's
Well, they look great.
But yeah, I hear where you're coming from.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's a
Did
fact.
anybody else
Things
have
look
questions?
different on camera.
I'm going to scoot down one more spot. Like I said, this could turn into a 2-episode thing.
And this is
Hey, I
nice.
don't have a problem with doing another one next week.
Yeah.
So if you
we
want to do
run
it, let's do
trains,
it. Yeah,
Hey,
we can do it.
questions.
Leonard Davis says use some puff paint, and Dances with Aardvarks. Mike says that's some layout. The use puff paint. That's interesting. I've never used puff paint.
That is.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Yeah, I never have.
Yeah,
What's
that
puff
is.
paint, Leonard?
Ain't
Yeah.
that stuff you put on sequence? The puff crap is popcorn crap.
No, I don't think he meant. The vermiculite stuff that you spray up in the ceiling, or
I never imagined, Dixon, that you were this creative. I really did.
Yeah, man. It's like, oh, we lost him. Nope. No, we didn't. We didn't.
He just walked
No,
off.
I had
No,
to
I
run-
mean,
I had to run and untangle the
Dixon-
wire. Here
Can
is
I interrupt for just 1 second?
sure, Karen.
Dickson has always been a person that when I was 3D printing, I could come to and ask a question. And he has always been a friend and explained things to me and took me to a higher level of my 3D printing.
Thank you.
Now, that being said,
Wait, wait
I
on it.
never knew he hid this in the background that he was this smart.
Oh my
You
goodness.
know what I'm saying? I just never understood that. Damn, Dickson.
Here's my middle section industry where they work on locomotives and that after I eat the bridge. Here's my little Model Ts. I 3D print all of these because they're so hard to find these to buy them and they're expensive. So I'm a cheapskate. I guess I make
I
my own
just 3D
stuff.
print all these and I can 3D print this and I can 3D print.
Here's a guy working on a locomotive. You can see the oxyacetylene set right there.
Yeah.
There's so many details. And here's a guy that's tough. I don't know why it's not focusing in. There we go. See the little welder?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's a barrel. And there's either that or it's a TARDIS, one of the two.
Yeah. We got sound. He's going to start welding.
Oh yeah. I see the light too.
Yeah, it's really bright. I happen to have double sets of lights on, otherwise you'd see it. But he'll weld there a while, and then all of a sudden it'll glow red. You can hear the welder kicking on and off.
That is
There's
so
glowing red.
awesome.
Then he'll start welding again.
Don't look directly at the welding.
Yeah, I gotta wear my mask when I come over in this section.
I once had a welding instructor laugh at me because when I was learning to weld, my helmet was real dark, and I said, I need a light because I did. I needed a light before I struck the arc because it didn't change. I've gotten a helmet that changes, back and forth now, but mine was just totally dark. I said, I need a light so I can see where I'm striking, and he laughed.
Here's another thing I want to show you. This is pretty cool. This is inspiration from the farm. So I used to plant a garden and have all these cucumbers and pickles, and I'd bring them to the factory and we'd sell them to them. So I catted this up and 3D printed all of this with an FDM printer. Here's my pickle factory. And here's my little truck. I 3D printed this. And the pickles, I made all of them. And I always want to make...
Those are pretty big pickles now.
Yeah.
I do.
I think Dickson, you imaginator how big this big.
I love that.
I ain't
They
Dickson
look
growing
like
some watermelon
cucumbers.
pickles.
They're hard to deal with when they're scaled. So I put them up 20% so I could.
No, certainly.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, and I always want to make this one factory I used to go out here in the country. I don't think it exists no more. So I had to make a basement. I always wanted a basement. So I made the basement. Here you can see there's the
No way.
Yes way.
there's the women in the background canning all the pickle.
You made a basement underneath.
Nice
the
touch.
house.
Nice
Yeah.
touch.
And you can see, I'll show you this little thing. This is why the pickles had to be bigger, because I'll back this up. There's the whole basement. I designed it and 3D printed the whole works. FDM printer.
Are you kidding me?
And if you look right here, look at this. They're gonna have to get some kind of rodent company in there. If this will focus, there's my little pigeons.
Yeah. And there's the pickles as big as the pigeons. Man, that'd be a
There we go.
bumper for
There
sure.
you see the pigeons.
That is awesome. That is awesome, Dickson.
And this is all made out of foam. The bricks and the tanks are all 3D printed. The ladders, everything is mostly 3D printed. But I get by with whatever I can.
I love it.
Well, you can always start a new gourmet snack with pickled pigeon.
Pickle pigeon. There you go.
A pigeon. Yeah, there you go. So that's
love
one of my favorite spots, and I had to make one of them.
Won't you take me down? Cause no.
Hey, Dixon,
Hey, I
that
know Now I'm
that,
gonna
that
I'm gonna
large
move-
building
let
that
me
you
know-
got there.
let me know if they got any questions, but I'm gonna move this cable. Portable cable is gonna bounce around a little. So I'm gonna move it to a different section.
Yeah. Do I have any questions? Yes. How much would it cost me to have that made?
This is my future projects, which is gonna
You
take.
didn't answer my question.
$1 million.
How much would it cost me if I ask you to make that for me, that exact layout, everything working, everything going? How much would it cost me?
This exact layout?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
exactly.
whole layout?
Everything
If
you
I had to put a
have
price on it
there.
and
How
everything,
much? Everything. How much would it cost me?
if I that all the stuff I made, I'd have to put I'd say I'd have to charge 50 grand, 50, 60 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going higher, but
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
I'm
was
on
too.
the
I
very
was thinking. I was
I'm on the very
actually
low
thinking
end.
toward the 100,000.
yeah, exactly. That's where I was
Yeah.
thinking.
yeah,
The
yeah,
time-
that's about right. I've only been working on this two years, 2 winters.
Wow.
Oh, is that all? Then yeah, 50.
I've been-
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
Only
hustling a
2
little bit. I don't when I make
Only
stuff, I go at
6 months.
Jim,
Right.
I just forgot how I made half that stuff.
Jim is going to know what this is all about. My upper layer in the middle of the room is going to be my steel mill area.
Oh, wow.
Here's my blast furnaces. This one here is my kit that I sell online, blast furnace that I sell online. All the rolling stock, I 3D printed these torpedo cars. Them are all FDM printed, no resin.
Wow. It's amazing.
And then I got to see if Jim knows what this is. This took a while to do, but I finally finished it upstairs near the end of winter. This is a Hewitt.
Orbridge.
This is what they used to use to unload the barges of coal.
Yep.
By all the lakes until the barges became auto unloaders. There's the coke. There's my coke furnace that I 3D printed.
That was my first job out of high school. I was up on top of
Really?
those things. Yep.
That's
Popping
crazy.
the lids off the top of them.
That is crazy. And then I started reading up. I'm learning a lot of stuff. I don't know everything about this. I just started reading up on this in the last 2 years and trying to memorize it. But here's an arc furnace. I found out, okay, there's arc furnaces too. And this was, I 3D printed this off. This arc furnace building. The crane up there. And that's a lot. This stuff's a lot of fun reading up on it and then making it.
Yeah.
And I had some tours down here with some other HO enthusiasts, and they got a kick out of this building because I made all the windows so you could see where they make sheets of rolls of steel. And I couldn't find this crane because of the width of this building when I made it. So I'll take this off. I had to 3D print and design my own crane. And this crane right here, I 3D printed this whole thing. Pretty cool.
Oh, sweet.
With the motor.
The chain too?
Yeah, see that little see that pendant that they actually use in
Yeah.
the real world? That pendant, if it focuses, you can see the push buttons on it. Stop,
Oh,
start.
yeah. Yeah.
That pendant came off a McMaster car. I took the real image, downloaded it, and 3D printed it.
Neat.
Yeah. You could definitely import it as an I want to say an app. What'd you use? What'd you use, Dixon, to import it into it? Because I use Fusion.
I took and downloaded the step file. That's what McMaster called
Oh,
all their
gotcha.
stuff. There
Gotcha.
you can see there you can see the pendant. You can actually see the buttons on it
Yeah.
when it focuses in and the stop start. I
That
actually
is so-
I export it as a step file. I bring it into an older program that changes it into an STL file.
Okay.
And then I shrink it down in my slicer and I throw it to my resin printer. And I resin print.
Dude, you are way beyond my mental capacity.
No, he's been retired for 2 years.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. He's been retired for 2 years, but some of the stuff that he does is way beyond.
It's phenomenal.
And I will make a point. It's way beyond some of all of our members and a lot of people listening mental capacity. I mean, this is stuff that I mean, I'm not saying that I couldn't figure it out, but in the same aspect, what he did in, let's say, 1 year might take me 20 years.
I think I agree with you on that. I can't focus that much that long on the same thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear you, Al. You got a
right.
lot of projects in the I got a lot of them going on, and then I didn't want to get bored, so I actually went to auctions, and I actually I shut down them 2 businesses and I started up another one because now I sell like 5, 6 different kits on eBay, and I got to make sure I keep it fun because otherwise it's too much work. I'm all over.
Right.
Yeah, definitely got to keep it fun. Yes, I agree.
And now the newer technology is you have to have power on these rails on HO scale, and so you got to keep your track clean. So there's a new technology called Bluenami where it's called dead track, and then the locomotive just has to use the track as a guide, and you install a Bluenami board into a locomotive. Here's a switcher I have that used to be DC controlled only. That's why I got it. These go for $300, but I got it for $100 because it ran on DC. So I took it apart and I modified it, and I put in a Bluenami board in it. So this train will run without any track power, but you have to hook up a boxcar or something to it, and that's where your batteries are going to be.
Yeah.
But you just download the software, and it links right up to the train. I can run it on this track, a dead track with no voltage, or a DC track with the board that's inside this. It's called a switcher because these run around switching parts out. Like by the blast furnace, this will switch out different torpedo cars.
Yeah,
Dixon,
no
you
voice.
muted yourself.
Yeah,
Muted.
no wiring.
No, it changed and then it changed back for some
Yeah.
reason.
Okay.
Do you have a cat walking on a keyboard or anything, Dixon?
No.
Yeah, it muted and it came back.
Oh,
Sure, all
okay.
them pigeons are fake.
Yeah, them pigeons are. I started them pigeons. There's a store, there's a bank right over there, and that guy has a little pigeon coop up on top, and he's got trained pigeons up there. That's what started me putting a couple pigeons in my other unit. One of the next things I want to look at too is all electronic control with stop and go lights, crossings, building lights, and you can do that with this board right here. You guys probably seen these before. This is an Arduino board adapter that you can plug on top of an Arduino. And you have all these, you have 5 inputs or outputs you could make on every one of these blocks. So you could program this on an Arduino and have your building lights come on at 6 and off at 6 in the morning or whatever. So that's something I'm looking into, but that's down the road.
What's
Yeah,
the
that's
part
a good
number for
idea.
that?
Put those crud. It's on the tip of my tongue what they're called, but yeah, they mount up on top.
Yeah, this is an adapter for a Mega Arduino, and it'll plug right on top, and then I have to do the programming for all lights for each building.
Yeah, and the Mega has a lot more memory and Mega's a bigger type of Arduino. Anyway, Russ is trying to.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Yes.
Would you shut the hell up? Because you have gone way beyond.
Blown his mind.
Yeah. Anything that I can understand. So just shut up right now.
Hey, Dixon, like Brenda used to say,
I might be able to catch up somewhat about 1/8 of the way you are right now. So the more you tell me, the more I'm gonna get lost.
This is a Mega right here, Russ. It's a bigger size.
Whatever, Al.
This is a Nano. This is a Nano.
Blah 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 blah.
And this is a Mega Shield that plugs in.
Shield, yeah, Shield.
Blah 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 blah.
Russ, this is a sanding block.
Blah blah
Wait,
blah.
sanding block, Russ. Sanding block.
Eventually, I will mute you, Al, if you don't shut up. So it's like, yeah, we're trying to get down to a level of where our viewers can understand.
Well, Mike, I think Mike dances with aardvarks.
You said one viewer, okay?
Okay.
We're trying to get down to where our viewers can understand. There's more in one than viewers. So,
Dan Engie says I got lost at DDC.
Yeah, no. What Dickson is explaining is awesome, because my point being is, yes, he is way beyond anything that I can do or understand or control. But by seeing what he's capable of doing, I can go to the internet and start searching and start understanding what, everything that Dickson has learned. I guarantee you, he learned from school or watching YouTube. Is that not right, Dickson?
Yeah, a big majority, but you got to remember, I do this stuff down at work. I program. I do like what Jim does. I program machines and robots, and so it's all related. But I did go to school for 4 years as a journeyman electrician, and then after that, I just read on my own and took off after that for the programming languages, and yeah.
Right.
So Davis says he thinks
it's not just something that you can walk up and say, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to trigger all these lights and go in somewhere," and it just happens. It's not going to happen. You have to understand what's going on.
Well, here's the scary thing. You actually can, if you use AI like I use it, you can. You can. I wrote a program. I was going to write a program I was going to learn more languages and learn them better, C++ and things like that. And then I said to my brother, I says, that's going to be a waste of time. This was back a while. I says, if this AI comes out like I think. So I got a railroad crossing I'm going to build over there. And I was going to program that. And I looked at it and I thought, okay, this is going to take about 8 hours. Well, I just used Grok and I says, I want a program for the Arduino railroad crossing. It wrote the program in 15 seconds. I went through it and everything was right. Timing of the things, the gates coming down, the flashing lights were right. The timing of the train coming in and going out, everything was perfect. and it wrote it in 15 seconds with Grok.
Yep.
Hey,
That's
Dixon,
awesome.
Leonard Davis says he thinks you're the one creating this new technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I got to mellow out. I don't realize I start talking
See
too
you,
much.
Bill. Bill says, great show. See you next time. Have to go. We've blown Bill's mind.
Dixon, I will have to tell you, my friend, of the, I would say probably the last year of people being on here, you have actually maximized everything. I mean, you have showed us more tonight than I've ever learned before, and I appreciate you being here.
I thank you. I love doing it.
Yeah, it's just it's just awesome. It's just awesome. I know you are a member of my panel, and I know that you have actually helped me out so many times. I've asked you about 3D printing, some of the things I needed to do. You have told me about temperatures and everything, and you have always been available for me when I ask you questions. And I just want to say thank you.
Cool. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. And everything you told me and explained to me has always been on point, all right, everything. So I just say thank you, Dixon, and showing us tonight all the things you showed us. You went from a level of 1 to a level of 10. Is what I thought you were actually smart for. I hope
We have a
that
smart
was
crew on this panel, on this whole panel.
Apparently
no,
not.
but
Russ
I hope
thinks
you
we're all dumb.
understand what I was saying when I said that. You know, from what a level of 1 to 10 is like, yeah, it's like, thank you so very much. All right, so we're running down to time to let us out of here.
Time to go.
And if you would like to see Dixon on for next week to explain more stuff, then let us know. Start firing off the
And what would you think your biggest mistake was? Something that went totally wrong on you. Think about that.
Oh God, I gotta think now. There's got to be something that one thing I did I shouldn't have done is all my switches all over for running different tracks.
Mhm.
This was not real smart, but I did it for a reason, and then I had to go back. I had it all electronically coming back over here to my laptop. Okay, so I could push a button and that switch over there switches, and I push it, and then I can go down that track way over there. Well, guess what? When you're running trains, and this is something I had to learn. When you're running trains, especially the way I got it set up, I don't have to plug wires in. When you're running trains and you got this device, you're obviously going to walk over there and you want to see it run and do operations. So I took all of them switches out and I put the manual switches, the actual, I'll show you one right here. So I got rid of all the electrical ones, and there's one right there. If you see that little, it's tough to see, that little switch right there. And these are what they really use on the real railroad. They flip this lever and it switches that track over to here.
Oh, neat.
So I took all my switches out, talking about a big boo-boo, and I made them all manual because when I'm down here doing operations, obviously you got to be down here anyway. You want to see it run, so you might as well do the switching by hand.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's just something that I didn't think of at the time. It's very strange, but shit happens.
Yes, it does. I think we're out of questions.
No. Excuse me, I have a better word for that. Poo-poo occurs.
Okay.
Think
Shit
about
happens.
it. Poo-poo
Oh,
occurs.
Roy Wheeler out there. I think that's a. Wheeler?
What do you think? Should we wrap it up, Russ?
Yeah, I think he's.
Yes, I am trying to get us back into.
It's them buttons.
He's trying to get me off a solo.
Yes, I'm trying to, and everything I do.
Dickson said he feels singled out.
Well, he's doing that. I have to get some sound over here for all my cows. They're not making any noise. So I
Hey,
got-
Dixon, there is a question internally, and I'll go ahead and say it. But what is the number for that Omega shield? What's the number on the shield?
the shield for all the inputs and outputs.
Yeah, yeah.
That-
Jim,
That's what I run my trains off of. Is the Omega, because, like you said, the memory is bigger than a Uno or a.
right. Does it have
The shield? The Mega Sensor Shield version 1.3 is all your analog input and output shield.
okay? So it's just that. Yes.
This thing is focused. And this plugs right on top of the Omega, and all of these you can plug in like a servo connector, and all of these can be inputs and outputs. So you can make things happen. Like I said, timers on buildings, so the lights come on and off at 5, and like it's morning, and you can do all kinds of. I mean, it's just unlimited what you can do with these things.
So does that increase the amount of I/O on the Omega?
Yes. This board
How do you multiplex that in the program?
Well, that goes with this JMRI. That goes with this. This software is what I use.
Oh, okay.
I use it to program my locomotives, because I'll put a locomotive on a track and I'll go to the roster and I'll click on tools, and then I can look at all the CVs inside the locomotive, and I can program it for sound and all the CVs. Here's single CV. But that's in this JMRI, this Panel Pro, that's where you configure everything.
So you don't have to build your own arrays and then shift the
Exactly.
bits around it? Okay.
I don't know enough yet. This is so complicated that I didn't learn everything about this JMRI. But that's where you configure it. It's easy. You just give it names, and you don't have to do programming like what we're used to doing. You can come up with your own system. I mean, there's systems you can buy out there, and I was looking at them, and I thought, well, I went this far, and I got my own Arduino board. You might as well go to the rest of the way. That's one disadvantage of this.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Jim, I found it on Amazon. I'll throw the link in.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, and I'll put it out there since they're probably hearing us. Here we go. It's huge, though. Well, I can't put it out there, guys. Hold on. Let me get
Put it in internal chat.
Okay. Here we go. Look how big it is.
Jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on
Let me do let me shorten it.
Yeah.
Looks like we have an Arduino board problem.
Well, Dixon's back.
Welcome back, Dixon.
I think it's only 8.
He's gone again.
again.
And he's gone. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, I can be heard because I just heard my.
Yep, I can hear you too.
Yep, 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 yep.
Okay,
Dixon
I
said
have
he's tired of being in the
actually
spotlight.
know what I'm doing.
Well, wish I could
Everything has changed so much.
get Evie Mux, Russ. Get Evie Mux. We need a workshop confession, Leonard Davis says.
Yeah, I want to see something with fire and sparks.
And Jim says, you guys may as well speak Chinese. I wouldn't understand that either. Well, Jim, I've been working. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's nice. I like the way that the squares are there. Yeah.
And Dixon's gone. Did we lose him?
I think that's why it switched. Excuse me, guys.
Oh, well.
Yep. Yeah, Leonard Davis says he can't get away without one. Well, sorry, Leonard. It looks like he's already gotten away. Oh, there he is. There we go. There he is.
I can give you I gave you one a while back with the welder down at work. Remember, I grabbed the wire and I'm pulling it out because it was stuck and hit the steel bench, and all of a sudden it all glowed in my hand.
There you go. There you go.
I do have one right over there, my 40-watt laser that I built 40 years ago. I'm lining up the mirrors like that, and I'm thinking, God, what's going on, you know? And I thought this should be firing right, you know. And I got my finger in front of it, and it didn't. You know, it hurt it, but it's not going to make a hole because it cauterizes.
Yeah.
Well, I put a paint stick there. I thought, oh, it is working on that last mirror because my finger got like a little hole burn. Really good. So I go, what the heck? This thing is focused. So I took a paint stick and I just didn't realize I stuck it there and fired it one more time. And then I look in the light with the paint stick, and sure enough, holy crap! I took a piece of my hair and I could slide it through the hole. Yeah, so it was working, and I stuck my finger there, thinking it wasn't in front of the last mirror, and it's like, oh yeah, it's working. It's focused. And then when I stuck my that's when I first built it years ago. And then when I stuck a piece of my hair through that, I go, hey, this is working out really good, these lasers, you know.
Oh yeah.
Everybody and their grandma didn't have one in the basement, you know.
Yeah.
It was a thing where people would come over and see some of my stuff, and it's like, you got a laser, you know, and it's like nothing.
Oh, well.
All right, we're out of here tonight. And thank you, Dickson. And if you want to come back next week, we will go through more of this. But
Yeah, if somebody's got questions or come up with a list of questions, how to build something, how to make something, I'll let you know
yeah,
how I
that's
do
what
it.
you need to do. Prepare your questions,
Yeah.
and we will go from there. Listen, if you're too darn busy, get out in your shop and make some sawdust.
I made
You're
some thoughts today.
too darn busy. Just give me sawdust,
I made some
lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody.
All right, boys and girls. Remember, you don't have to go home, but you cannot stay here.
what he said.
What I said.